right, guys, welcome. I'm so excited to be here with you guys to do this practice circle. I think the first thing that I'm going to walk you through is getting you guys cleansed, grounded, connected. We're going to go up to 13. If you haven't gone there with me before, no worries. I will make sure you get up there just fine. The thing to remember about this is that everybody receives differently. So you may see, you may feel, you may hear, you may taste, you may do, all the things, right? All the clairs may be activated. It's how much they're activated in each of you. So you may have new things come online. It's totally fine. Stay in your heart space. I'm right here with you. I will make sure every bit of you comes back. So there's only ever in the cleanest, highest alignment when we're doing this. And if you're unsure what I mean by going up to 13, some people like to believe that there's only 7 chakras. There are not. There are an infinite number of chakras. What you have easiest access to is what the earth has already collapsed down on the grid. So the earth being a living organism, a breathing entity, one that has its own sentience and its own advancement in which to undergo, as it is able to reach different levels of dimensional planes, aka the chakras, those collapse onto the grid. So that means that the earth has now achieved that level. It has gone through the game, it has won the next level. So anytime that the body on which we have manifested on reaches a new level, that basically opens the door for us to reach that next level. So 39 is what has officially collapsed onto the grid, or what the earth has achieved. You can go beyond that. I have access higher, but it is hard to hold because the earth hasn't yet collapsed that. The other aspect of going higher is it's not only is it hard to maintain and hold, it's hard to pull anything down into your physical body because the earth hasn't grasped onto that yet as either. So the density is really heavy down here. It's really light up there. And when it's really light up there, it's a little bit harder to grasp and pull down. So think about, cupping water, right? Only trying to bring that water down like this. It's a lot harder than going like this and lifting it up. So that is just a very short, brief thing on the chakras. If you guys need more, I can give you more, but for the purposes of this class, that's just what you need to know. Okay.
How do you know? How do you know that you're at a level or that from all of that?
So it's like building a muscle, really. So you go up once you learn the process that I'm going to take us through, right? And you start practicing that, it becomes easy to move through or transport to get yourself from inside of your heart space down to the center of the earth and then up. The 13th chakra is your first checkpoint. So it goes in segments of 13.
Okay. Got it.
So the first 13 are your personal chakras.
Okay.
And then your next 13, the 14 through 26 is going to be your ancestral chakras.
Okay.
And then 27 is your second checkpoint.
Okay.
And that's going to be the start of the source code chakras. And so 27 to 39 is your source code chakras. And then 39 is going to be your third resting place at this point, because that is the highest that the earth has reached. You're going to want to stop there before you decide to take off and go higher. So then the next 13 would be from 40 to 52. Okay. So, and those particular chakras are all creation. Okay. Everything after that is creation chakras. They shall be mapped at some time, at some point, but have not been fully mapped as of yet. So, but it's coming. So that's those are the segments. So when you go up, if you can reach 13, you have the ability to then start testing yourself to go higher. You will feel the energy shift, like how it feels to go from even like 12, where the Akashic record sits, to 13, which is where your higher self resides. At 13, you're going to feel like we can even go into 14, and I can just show you how it feels to click into the ancestral chakras because it feels different. So everything from the earth to your 13th chakra, it should feel like you.
Okay.
Everything that exists inside of there is stuff you should know, right?
Yeah.
And the problem being that most people don't know, right? They're like, I don't know my higher self. I've
Right.
never integrated with my higher self or this particular aspect of my higher self. They don't even know they have multiple higher selves. But when you integrate one, then you have a new one that pops up. Your next highest being steps up and says, okay, great. Now you're ready for your next level, right? And even thinking about, welcome, even thinking about, your root chakra and what your root chakra houses, right? How it speaks of you, not just to you, but of you, right? It's your security, it's your wealth, it's your health, it's your stability, it's your family, right? It tells a lot about you. So everything in that first 13 should feel like you. But when you get into your 14 through 26, that is going to feel older. It's your bloodline. It's your history. It's your ancestry. It's your wisdom. It's your crumb, right? So everything up there is going to feel richer, but it's also probably going, if you have clear audience, it's going to sound different because it's not just your voice anymore. It's your lineage forward and back.
Cool.
Okay,
Cool.
so it does feel different. And then once you get into 27, that's God speaking to you. That's your God self. So then it focuses down again. It's no longer many voices, it's one, but that one voice sounds so much grander because it is coming from a place of love. It is no longer speaking to your ego anymore. You no longer can really hold your ego up there. You really end up where it's much clearer. Now, what you can receive is going to then be the trick. Then it's, do you have the strength, right? So if we go back to that idea of going to the gym, right, and getting a stronger muscle, right? You have to work that muscle. It's the same deal. You've worked yourself to get up there. Now, do you have the ability? Do you know your own gifts, which you should have, right? If you've gone up, you should have cleared through your 13. You should have gone in and cleared out your hexes and curses and stuff in your bloodline and all of that lineage work and all of that stuff. Like I encourage people to, that's what my classes teach. But there are people that will go from 0 to 60, but then they're wondering why they go up there going, oh, I did all of this work up here. And now I'm trying to pull it down, but they can't pull it down. So it's that, can you receive it? Can you then now bring it down into your physical? You are a physical being. So if you can play star tennis all you want, but if you can't bring star tennis down, then what's the point?
Mhm.
Right? But it just builds. Yeah, it's muscle memory. Yeah. All right, guys. Any questions before we begin about the process? All right, so go ahead, get comfortable. We're gonna start with 3 deep breaths in. Deep breath in 1. And release. Deep breath in 2. And release. And final breath in, nice deep belly breath. And release. Returning to normal breathing. Taking a breath in, going into your heart space. Seeing a golden ball of light or a bright white light, whichever feels more clear and clean to you, allowing it to grow, expanding through your body, expanding through your chest, going down to your toes, out to your fingertips, up to the top of your head, and reaching a little further so it activates your crown chakra. Breathe. Moving your awareness up to your third eye, looking up and in, stretching those muscles, activating your crown, or excuse me, your third eye. And I want you to imagine a 13-stranded DNA or a figure eight, whichever is easier for you, bringing your left and your right hemispheres of your brain together, linking them together, forming one solid cohesive organ, allowing all that you are, your emotional and your analytic and your logical, bringing it together. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. On your next inhale, I want you to imagine this 13-stranded DNA going down and linking your brain to your heart. Deep breaths in. And just if you're struggling, know it. Know that your brain is linked all together, that your heart and your brain are now all linked. Everything you are is linked together. Know it by sheer will. And take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, drop your awareness down through your spine, down through your chakras, activating your throat, your heart, your solar plexus, your sacral, your root, and continuing down through your feet into the earth, down through the layers of the earth, going into the earth star chakra, entering into the earth gateway and landing in the center of the earth. Feel yourself land. See it, feel it, smell it, know it. Know that you land. Take a deep breath in and center yourself in the center of the earth. Feeling Mother Gaia, feeling her energy, feeling her presence. And from this space, call the elements to you. Earth, air, water, fire, ether. Call them to you. Breathe them in. Embody them. Feel yourself straightening. Feel your shoulders dropping. Feel your whole core strengthening as you gain the support of all of these elements and of Mother Gaia's support as her energy moves through you. Feel the heartbeat and sync up with it. This is your connection. Breathing in. Let the oxygen you bring in be your fuel. This is the activation. Breathing in. Breathing out. Now looking down at your feet, we're going to activate your crystal pillar. This is going to be the link of all of your chakras all together. So you're going to look down at your feet and you're going to draw a circle around your feet. And from that circle out of the ground rises up light, just a beam of light surrounding your whole body. This is your elevator of light. This is your crystal pillar. It is your strength. It is your service elevator. It is your vehicle. It is strong. Nothing that is not in your highest and greatest good may enter this. Good. I'm going to check all of you. Mary, take a breath in. Big breath in. Breathe out. Good. Okay. Melody, know that it's there. Just know that it's happening, that you are strong in your light. Good. All right. Take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, squeeze your energy up like you're doing a Kegel. So feel the energy rise up through your crystal pillar. You're rising up through this elevator. You're going to go up through your feet and continue to go up through each of your chakras and out through your crown. Continue to breathe. Take a breath in and continue to squeeze up. I'm just going to be behind you. I need to make sure everybody comes with. Keep rising. You're headed towards 13. You will feel 13 and you will stop. Go at whatever speed you need to. Feel yourself land in 13. There we go. Okay. Breathe into 13. This is your second anchor point. Feel the connection between your higher self here at 13 and the earth. I just want you to feel this column of light and energy, this place to transport. Feel it. I want you to pulse energy all the way down so that you know that you have this connection. Bounce it down and feel it come back up to you. Call your higher self forward now. Stand in front of your higher self. And we're going to merge with your higher self. So either giving them a hug, hand to hand, feeling your energy, merging, becoming one with your higher self. Letting go of any doubts, any fears, any worries. Allowing yourself to embody who it is that you're meant to be. Excellent work. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. The last connection we need to make is with source. Here as your higher self, now integrating your higher self, feeling that connection very deeply between the earth here at your higher self. I want you to feel, we're not going to rise up. What I want you to do is I want you to send out a thread of energy, a thread of you. Now in your higher self, send it out into the cosmos, into the interdimensional, quantum, whatever it is that you want to call it. Send it out, seek source. Find it, find that infinite wealth, and latch in. once you're hooked into source, feel that channel opening up. And same way that you pumped energy down to the center of the earth, I want you to pump it up to source and feel that coming back down to you, all the way down to the center of the earth. Feel, know, sense that entire line of energy. It's alive, it's active. It has information for you. It is a transport for you. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Breathing deep, still allowing that oxygen as you breathe to fuel you, to keep you elevated. All right, everybody. Now that you're connected firmly between the earth, your higher self, and source, let me show you what it is to move into 14. So I'm just going to help you guys all out. I'm just going to lift you up and lift you into 14. It's a little bit of a distance because it is a jump up. So take a minute to just say, okay, this is what I feel like. Okay. And on 3, 2, 1, we're going to rise up. All of us rising up all together, feeling that flip rising into 14, and we're landed. Take a minute. Different. Breathe. Yeah. Beautiful work. Taking a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Taking another deep breath in. And another deep breath out. We're going to lower back into our 13th chakra. We're going to do some practice and some work there. Allowing yourself to come down, but calling all that you are down into the 13th chakra. Don't leave anything that's yourself up at 14. UV went a little higher than 14, but it's fine. Just make sure everything you are comes back down. Good. Land in 13. And I want you to call a mirror forward. I want you to stand in front of the mirror. Okay, we're going to do some body work. What you see in the mirror, I want you to take stock of it. Some of you are going to see your higher self because you've integrated that. Others of you are going to see how you are in your body. I want you to take a minute to acknowledge what you see. It doesn't matter that you all are all in your higher self right now. I'm more interested in what it is that you're seeing. Okay. It will tell you a lot. In front of this mirror, I want you to feel into what it is you need to say to yourself, or what it is that you have to say. It might be gratitude. It might be some self-love. It might be some actualization. Take a minute to do the work. Breathing deep. Don't forget to breathe nice and deep. And now I want you to make sure you are solidly shifted into and looking at your higher self. If you are already looking at your higher self, we're going to do some advanced work here. If you were looking at yourself in your body, shift that vision, shift that knowing of what you're looking at into your higher self. Notice the change. Okay. Now that you're looking at your higher self, moving into your next version. Okay, that's the whole idea. So it doesn't matter if you were already looking at your higher self, a new version of your higher self has come in. If you were looking at your physical body, you're looking at your higher self now. This is the work. Now that you're looking at your higher self, okay? Now I want you to take those affirmations, those thoughts, as you're looking at your higher self, I want you to upgrade them. I want you to up-level them. Okay, so not having to give any context, I want everybody to just kind of shout out one affirmation and we're going to upgrade it. What is something that you'd say to your higher self or that your higher self would say to you? Just shout it out.
Yes.
Okay.
Remember that you're divine.
Okay.
You are enough.
Yeah.
It's okay. All right. We're going to upgrade those. Let's start with dance. What's the next elevation? If the affirmation is to dance, what's the next level?
Stand in the power.
Give it a sentence.
Dance or dance.
Put yourself into it. So as we're upgrading, think of how the energy feels as you're looking at your higher self.
Freedom. There's a freedom, a knowing freedom, and the only you that no one else can.
Now say it in an I am statement.
I can dance my own dance, feel my own power, and the power of my own dance. The hope of my own, the freedom to do my own. I don't need anyone else.
I am powerful
I am
in my own dance.
my-
I am dancing my own freedom. I am the dance. Feel the difference?
Yeah.
I am enough.
I am
What is the next? What's the next elevation to I am enough?
free to choose.
And perfect.
I am infinitely, divinely enough. I am endlessly, elegantly, timelessly enough. Nothing else exists but me. I am all that is, all that was, all that is required. Perfection does not touch me, for I am beyond perfection. I am God. I am the creator. Feel the difference. Take what you had for your affirmation, up-level it, make it an I am statement, stand in it, feel it, look at yourself in that mirror, feel that impact, embody it. And as you're feeling it, I want you to also feel into any part of you that's struggling with that statement. Find where the struggle is sitting in you. Breathe into that space. And I can already feel some of you, it's a throat thing, so just breathe. Breathe. For others, it's a gut thing. Breathe. Guys, I got it. Feel yourself elevate. Once you feel that excitement that your I am statement has now moved from I am great to I am effing spectacular. Once you feel that shift, breathe. Allow it to flow through you all the way down and feel that energy go all the way through your crystal pillar, all the way up to source, all the way down to the ground. We anchor in between these points. You are the center. Does anybody else need help with their I am statements? Feeling good?
And mine was remember your divine.
Remember, you are divine. Feel into remember. Feel into that word. What is beyond remember?
Knowing.
Yes. Let go of belief. Let go of doubt. You are the creator. Stand in that power. Know you are divine. Know you are spectacularly created because you created you. You beautiful spark of God that you are. This fractal, this piece of you, the infinite creator, knows without a doubt, without shadow, without fear, without any sort of remorse, shame, or guilt. No, you are divine. Breathe. Nice deep breaths in. Feel yourself snap into alignment. Feel that energy pulling through, expanding you out. I want you to take a deep breath in, and on your exhale, you're going to push your energy out. I want you to see how far you can push it. Push it out, stretch. Tell the universe you're here. Make it known. And on your next inhale, bring that energy back in. Suck it in like you're a sponge. Pull, 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 pull. Like snap it back. Exhale and push it back out. Expand out further. Stretch. Feel your energy stretch. Beautiful. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Suck it back in. Slow. Bring it back in. Bring it back in. And on your exhale, settle that in. Call it back and feel yourself settle. Feel the difference. Your energy is going to balloon out naturally. Feel your new boundaries. And you might be sweating. It's okay. Hey. You push that much energy. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. One last thing that we're going to do. We're going to do a little bit of shadow. We've just done a lot of light. Let's integrate in. Call your inner child forward. Feeling your expansiveness now. Now you're in the ability where you can parent successfully. Okay? There is no healing work you have to do in this space as your higher self. You have abolished that. You are healthy. You are healed. You are in a place of divine sovereignty. Parent from here. Look at your inner child. See what they need. Ask them what they need. Perform the action that is required, that they're asking of you. Stay in your heart space. feeling calm, feeling connected, feeling purposeful. Beautiful, ladies. Beautiful job. Can see some of you playing, some of you just having intimate moments. Please continue. Breathe. Nice and deep, deep breaths. And deep breath out. Some of your guides are coming forward. Take advantage of them. Some of you are like, I wouldn't say done with your AF, but like you're feeling really comfortable. Go ahead and work with your guides in this moment. Some of them have things to tell you for next steps and things like that. So go ahead. And if you're finding that you're having a hard time either understanding them or need some help translating or something, let me know so I can pop in. I'm just going to check on everybody. You feel comfortable traveling? Go ahead. Go ahead. Just go ahead. Okay. Okay. Deep breaths in. Deep breaths out. Sharon, I want you to breathe. Breathe, and I want you to feel your connection. I feel like your energy is a little wobbly. I want you to stabilize that a little bit. Settle into 13. Stay in your heart space. There you go. Better, better, better. That should help you visualize and continue doing what you're doing. Start to feel yourself coming back to 13 if you've left 13, feeling yourself finishing up, or letting your guides know that you'll return when you have time, when you're ready. Allowing your inner child to slowly ease back from you, allowing your guidance to step back, giving you space, giving you the ability to come back to yourself. Take a deep breath in. Everything you are comes back to 13, and start to slowly come down through your crystal pillar, dropping down to 12. Bringing yourself down. Everything you are comes back. There we go. Okay, good. Good. Slowly into 11. Calling all that you are back. Let it come all the way down into 10. All the way down into 9. At this point, you're going to start feeling the density start to wane. I want you to open up your chakras really wide, moving into 8. Open up your third eye, open up your throat, open up your heart, really allowing that energy in you, because you're bigger now. You're going to feel bigger. You're going to feel the weight. Allow yourself to come through into 7, into your crown, into your third eye. Breathe. Good job, everybody. Good job. Opening up really wide, continuing to come down. We're going to go all the way down to your root, into your heart, into your solar plexus, and your sacral, into your root. Slowly rising back up to your heart space. Deep breaths in. Deep breaths out. Slowly make sure everything you are comes back. Starting to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And opening your eyes. All of it dormant. All of it back. All of it back. Good. How you guys doing? You okay?
That's right.
How you guys doing? How you doing, Sharon? You're on mute.
I'm doing well.
Yeah.
I was like, my mind was like racing, so you were spot on. I'm like, you're like, whoa, it's wobbly. I'm like, come back, come back. But I was able to come back, feels good. What's that?
Good. It is different going out there. All of a sudden you kind of feel, sometimes it can feel a little disjointed. So once you really lock in, you get good at that connection between the earth, your higher self and source, it gets easier and that stabilizes out. The next time you do it, it'll be way easier for sure.
Cool.
For sure.
Thank you.
How you feeling?
Good.
Yeah. Where'd you end up going? I'm curious.
All the way up to a huge white, um, like, light, and then went beyond that. I don't know, like, level wise where I was, because I still don't know enough, like,
Yeah.
where I should be. But I was a ways up there.
You were, yeah, you went like past Jupiter. I just like saw you. I was like, okay. I wish you could go like, but yeah, like you like, but I was like, okay, she doesn't need to be. She, the great teacher already said time, but the expander was like, go. How about you, Mary? Where'd you go?
I'm around for sure.
Nice.
Okay, then like Crystal put up a wider. So it's like you're now you're at the next level
Yeah,
with this life.
nice. Nice. Yes. Yeah, it's interesting that like the Akashic records firmly sits at 12, but like you said, there are levels and there are different libraries throughout that access different levels of knowledge. And then certainly once you get into working with things like your Palladian guides, your Arcturian guides, your Andromedan guides, all of those things, they have their own libraries on their own planets that house different things. So then you can access those as well. So that's cool. Mhm. Yeah, you can. You also have Lyran as well. You have a strong connection to Egypt as well. Yeah. So wherever you feel most comfortable, accessing first, whoever pops their head in first. Do you guys feel stable right now? Yeah.
Feels better up there though.
It does
Yeah,
feel
that's
better. You guys up to 39. Talk about like people don't want to come back. That's it's hard to pull people down. Yeah, yeah. How'd you guys feel when you shifted into 14?
I felt like I was there before I was supposed to be. But the interesting thing was that heaviness coming down,
Yes,
the heavy,
yes,
you know, you have the light, and all of a sudden you're directed to go down the heavy,
yes,
or you open up for the rest of the channel with the heaviness. Interesting.
yes. Yeah, that weight of the bloodline and way as you are when you switch up. Yeah, it does feel so different.
It does.
It is the higher you go to in the ancestral, it does get lighter, but it simultaneously gets heavier, and you have to learn to hold true truth simultaneously. Because it's all the things that have ever happened, right? All the things that ever will, but you're at a much higher dimensional level and frequency. So you're vibrating faster. And that's the only reason why you're able to maintain those two bits of knowledge.
Your hand over here is
Yeah.
green. I don't know why it's green. But remember him. Oh,
Well, hopefully that's a very heart chakra. Very heart chakra activated. Plus, green is like one of my colors too. Like I've learned to embody that one very deeply. That didn't surprise me.
When we were growing up, for a very brief moment, I had someone trying to speak to me in a different weird language. Remember that one that tries to talk all the time, but I never. And then I went above it, and then it was interesting because when you said that there were female guides, the one I usually don't see anyone, and I had a woman with long hair and a long kind of draping robe.
White?
Yes,
White?
yeah, talking to me. And then you were like, hey, you know, and so that was like good affirmation, that confirmation rather, that was who I was seeing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm a very affector, so I was like, I make that up.
Yeah. No, yeah, you have plenty. I would say it's more of allowing yourself to let go of that so that you're like, who else could I be talking too.
Right.
Right? That was the one thing I think collectively that I would say for you guys to practice on is I want you guys to work on imagination. So the next time that we get together, I want to feel less of a constriction. And this is very easily like dealt with. And it's not something you have to like go into meditation frequently for. All it takes is just getting really effing curious. So I want you to watch something you never thought you would watch. So like watch an episode of Star Trek or Star Wars. Why? Because it pushes you into the cosmos, right? Read a mystery novel if you're not into mysteries, right? And you're only a romance girly. Why? Because it gets you thinking about, well, what are the possibilities, right? Read an article on string theory. Not that I agree with string theory 100%, but like it's the idea of if you don't have to understand the math, right? Not that math doesn't even exist anyway, but it's about getting yourself, your brain to activate in a new way. You don't have to like what you test out or what you start to envision, but when you've done that, just that one thing, then it gives you permission to start imagining more on your own. And then with that opening of that door, your guides have more to work with. So there's no wasted anything. The movies you watch, the TV you watch, the books you read, the articles you read, the places you go and visit, right? The experiences you've had, the food you eat, the tastes that you taste, the smells that you smell, they're all information. They're all tools that your guides can use that you can then access later so that you can pull more, you can understand more, you can push yourself further. So then you'll rise in vibration on your own, and then you're going to feel yourself able to move faster. So then you stop having to like rise up. You're just going from boom to boom, right? You just go from center of the earth and you're like, Abigail wants me at 13. There I am. Abigail wants me at 39. There I am, right? But that's because your mind doesn't sit and stop you going, no, this isn't logical. Well, it doesn't have to be, right? Science, science fiction, magic, our wishes, our desires, our passions, right? None of it has to make sense. But if our logical mind can get out of the way because we've allowed our creativity to push us further, that will allow your intuitive abilities to go further as well.
What's so interesting about what you said that just resonated with me is that when I had bad anxiety when I was younger, I created a lot of patterns to protect myself.
Mhm.
So I did routines and I didn't like watch, I still don't really watch videos, but I just created this kind of safe sphere for myself. So I actually don't do things that I like. If I've never even thought to try and watch something different because I'm like, this is what I like. So I do think that that would be very, yeah, I could feel that that would be really good for me. Like for some reason this year, I've been really focusing on travel and going to places I've never been.
Yeah.
So I can feel the desire to stretch myself.
Mhm.
And as I let go of the anxiety, I am more open. So when you started saying that, I was like, yeah, I just need to watch something different, just do something different.
Yes. And this is a good point too for you guys, is that a lot of the times we think that because we can't do something right this minute, we then say, well, it has to be on hold, right? So take the example of Trump, right? I want to go to Nigeria. Okay. I don't have the money for it right now. I don't have the time off work. I can't do that. I will lose my house, blah, 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 right? All the things that our minds and our egos try to get in our way. Stop all of that and say, cancel, cancel, cancel. Okay, first and foremost, thank you, ego, for protecting me, for making sure I made it this far. You have made me strong. I appreciate you. I'm grateful, but go sit outside. I don't need you right now. I'll call you when I need you. Then go and have Nigerian food.
Right.
Right? Or watch a documentary based in Nigeria or from Nigerian filmmakers. Right? Read an article or listen to music from a Nigerian rapper. You might hate it. You might feel like this is the worst I've ever listened to. But at the very least, you figured out that that's not something that you enjoy. And that's something new you've now just learned about yourself. You didn't know that before because it was never even on your radar to even listen to that person. Right? Or maybe you're like, you know what, I didn't like that one, but let me try one of them down in the recommended. Right? And maybe you love that one.
To go find a hot Nigerian. I need to go and tell my fiance. I need to experience that Nigerian. Right.
However your guys are walking through, I'm open to it all, but yeah, I think that's where our egos and our logic, it tries to stop us by saying, oh, this is something I want to do, but I can't do it right now, so then it just puts everything on stop. And it's not even a pause, it's a full on stop, and I feel like that's the reason why we're so stuck sometimes. Because we don't look at the beauty and the access of which we have. We live in the 21st century. We have access to everything and we don't have to even leave our house, right? You can listen to the music of the place you want to go. You can eat the food, especially here in Minnesota, we're so lucky. And I think that so many of us do not believe this or know this. Living in Minnesota, we're one of the most hodgepodge places in the Midwest, right? You go down to Kansas, you go down to Iowa, you're probably not going to get the level of diversity that you have here, but take a day trip down to Minneapolis and just Google search Irish restaurant, Irish pub, right? Go in and enjoy a Guinness and, wear some green and celebrate, or, deciding that you're going to go on to Disney Plus because your kids have it and you're like, what nature documentary do I want to watch? Maybe it's always been your dream to go and see Yellowstone. Well, there's a whole documentary about Yellowstone. Enjoy it, love on it, and through that proof that it exists, visualize yourself there, allowing for the doors and opportunities to manifest themselves in your current reality because you've now opened that door. Before, you were shutting down the universe saying, I know, I just don't have the money right now. I don't have it. Well, who's to say that you need money for it? Who's to say that somebody that you work with isn't going to say, hey, I have one more space in the van. Do you want to come? We're going to camp, right? Maybe you're not a camper, but you're like, you know what? I will definitely come, but I'm getting a hotel. Thank you for offering to drive me, because if I had to pay for my own gas, I wouldn't have been able to afford the hotel, right? There's so many different levels to which we just will shut down the universe because we're too worried about things that we don't need to worry about. And then we're sitting here wondering how people who have these really amazing, beautiful, successful stories to tell, going, I don't know how you're doing it. Well, they're doing it because they're not limiting themselves in their current, right? In their present. And they're leaving all of these doors, all of these avenues open. They're not shutting any of them down. Now, that doesn't mean that they're accepting everything. Discernment is a thing that has to be acknowledged. You can't say yes to everything. There's a whole Jim Carrey movie about it. But if you don't have the doors open, then your discernment can actually be practiced. When you're actively practicing discernment, your intuition is being activated as well. And the last point, we're almost out of time here, is I want people to stop thinking about it like, you're becoming this woo-woo princess, okay? What you're doing is actually science. You're taking your own vibration inside of your cells and you're raising it on purpose. On purpose. You're opening the doors for yourself on purpose. I think she just said it was 10 minutes ago. And it is almost 10. There's like 46 seconds. But by doing that, by choosing that for yourself, everything changes. Everything. Now, is it hard to hold? Yes. I will attest. It's hard to wake up every single morning and go, universe, what do you got for me today? And how am I going to help you along? It is hard to hold sometimes. Give yourself grace. Allow yourself to fall. Allow yourself to pick yourself back up and keep moving. You messed up this week. You didn't try something new. Big deal. There's always next week. There's always tomorrow. Right? So that's the goal for everybody for the next time that we have another intuitive practice is a little less resistance to the unknown. So try something new, push yourself, experience. I want to be able to hear stories. What did you try? What did you hate? What did you love that you had never known before? Okay. Any questions?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
cool.
Yeah. We'll definitely be setting timers from here on out. So that we're not having 2-hour sessions. Save, respecting people's time.
That was perfect time.
All right, ladies. Well, you are free. I'm